Hello, Ultimate World Cruise followers. Frugal Vagabond here, your news source for all things related to the Ultimate World Cruise. Today I'm covering something a bit more personal than I normally cover in my cruise videos. Last week I posted a video about cruise food because it's a topic I'm often asked about. Earlier in the cruise, I did a video where I talked about food quality. For the record, I think it's good. Not everyone agrees with me on this, and that's okay. It's my opinion, and you can have yours. In my original video, I mentioned that even though I was enjoying the food then, that eventually I and many others would get tired of it. In my video last week, I was confirming that that had happened for me, and my opinion on the phenomenon and why it happens. A random video about cruise ship food was not something I expected to blow up like it did. And the amount of abuse that was thrown in my direction as a result of this post was also a bit of a surprise. I want to clarify that 99.9% of the abuse came from TikTok views and not YouTube, where I published a similar commentary. As it was coming at me, I was laughing. I have a pretty thick skin, but you never know how you're going to respond to a situation until you're actually in it, and I found most of it pretty funny. I think the funniest insult was, "You look like you ate the ship." Now that's just comedy gold right there. Easy to let it all go because of my reaction, but also not, because it's really not okay for you to say things like that to anyone ever. Today I was thinking about several recent incidents related to bullying that had an impact on people I care about. One was a small incident, one was pretty big, and one was just huge in terms of impact on those people that I care about. And I thought about how not everyone can respond to comments like those with laughter. So maybe I shouldn't let it go. I went through a mental list of what would Jesus do? What would Brian Boitano do? What would Superman do? What would Kant do? And none of those perspectives seems to be the right choice for this situation. So I thought, what would Taylor Swift do? We share a few things in common. We're both women, and we both put ourselves out there, which puts us at risk for criticism and bullying. And apparently we are both able to laugh at it as well, and capable of standing up for others and helping others. Taylor Swift is the kind of person who can take heartbreak and meanness directed at them and turn it into a strength and a profit, or even an award. And I aspire to be this kind of person. So I'm going to stand up for myself because not everyone is capable of doing it. And I hope that anyone who sees this video can find help or hope in it somewhere. Let's do this. First, I was accused of complaining. And I wasn't, but I get the confusion when you don't actually watch the video. To those people, and to anyone being criticized for simply living their life, I would like to point out that the earth does not stop turning because there are bad things going on in it. I ate that day, just like billions of other people in the world, and just like those people accusing me. None of you know anything about me or my life, and I know that I am very lucky to be where I am today. Don't think for a minute that you can see 3 minutes of commentary and judge me. I am more aware of the suffering that goes on in the world than you think. Second, and I can say this 100 different ways, but I don't care what you think about me or anyone else. And anyone being bullied, especially about your appearance, remember this. In order for you to insult me, I would have to value your opinion first. I don't know anything about you, so your opinion holds no value for me. Find someone who cares. For those receiving bullying, remember what I just said. Do you respect or value the people saying those things about you? Do you even know them? I know it might hurt, but if you're strong within yourself, the things from outside will matter less, or sometimes even not at all. For those of you who are bullying, knock it off. You're better than this. If you don't like a video, just move on. Attacking random people on the internet doesn't solve anything, and it definitely hurts people. To those of you who came to my defense, you guys are my real heroes. Thank you very much for that. And to those who came with suggestions and did it because they cared and wanted to help, I also thank you. But this isn't really a problem that needs solving. It's just a thing that happens, and it's a small thing at that. To those who came with suggestions in order to be cruel or just a jerk, you don't have the right to tell me or anyone how or what to eat. or judge others for what or how they eat. The ongoing debate in the comments about fasting are kind of particularly odd to me. Now, there are studies that show the benefits of fasting and some that show that there are downsides. Fasting is a religious, cultural, and health-conscious activity, and your opinion on which pros and cons are more important are not something that you can force onto others. You aren't changing anyone's mind with this debate, so please just let it go. Third, to all of those people making criticisms on my appearance, I gotta ask you, are you doing this because you don't think I own a mirror? I am very aware of my attributes as well as my flaws. I don't need you or anyone else to tell me what they are. And for the women in particular criticizing my appearance, shame on you. Tearing down other women and their looks, you clearly need to heal some part of yourself. I like and love myself. I am really comfortable with who I am. Seriously, I have often wished that I could bottle this up and give it to others. For anyone who is having a hard time dealing with people criticizing you for your looks, realize that the kind of people who say those things aren't happy with themselves. And as a wise man once said to me, no one hot ever made fun of anyone else's appearance. And I believe that to be true. I also want to add that I didn't see all of the nasty comments because TikTok blocked them. I know this because I received several notices throughout the days that they had, and they encouraged me to do more to protect myself. They even blocked me from commenting for about 12 hours. The system told me that I was doing it too much and I should take a break. And I don't know this, but I suspect it's an auto feature that keeps people from over-engaging in negative feedback, and if that's true, this is a really cool feature to have. The last thing I want to say is that at least partially because of this engagement on this video, I made a lot more money than I expected I would this month. So I'm still laughing at your comments all the way to the bank, which I think is also something I have in common with Taylor Swift.